Hello and welcome back to another one of Paul's beer reviews. I hope you're doing well today. I've got a brown ale to review for you today. It's from Elusive Brewing, a brewery I've been wanting to get a beer reviewed by on this channel for a long time. This is a can of their Mechanism, and it's an American brown ale coming in at 5.6% ABV. There is a look at the artwork. Elusive do go along with the kind of 8-bit generation of gaming on the artwork of their cans. This one is kind of a nod to the arcades. Very cool, I like that. I do like the Elusive Brewing artwork in general, it's very smart. So yeah, a 5.6% American brown ale. It says, riffing on a classic English style, this brown ale takes a different path. Enigma from Australia and Simcoe from the US West Coast adds depth of flavour and aroma atop the toasty malt base. Serving your favourite glass straight from the fridge, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Elusive, I'm pretty sure they're in sort of Berkshire, sort of Reading area. They're quite close to Siren, I believe. They might actually be neighbours. Might be on like adjoining units or something like that. It's a 440ml can. I picked this particular can up in my local beer shop in St Albans. I believe I paid about £4 for the can. But yeah, you can get this on their website. It's a relatively current release, this one. So let's get this brown ale out of its can into a glass and see if it's any good. I've got the trusty Paul's Beer Review glass out. I do like a brown ale, generally. I think it's a style that it looks like it might be making a bit of a comeback. It does seem like a lot of breweries are brewing brown ales all of a sudden. So yeah, that might be a good thing, because I do like a good brown ale. The malty, nutty character you get with them. So that's kind of what I'm expecting from this one. It looks muddy in this light. You can see I've got a ring light on it, really highlighting the colour of this beer. But yeah, it looks like muddy water, doesn't it? It's sort of holding half a finger, slightly off white head on it. But other than that, I say there's very slight translucence to it at the bottom, but not a lot. But that just looks like muddy water, doesn't it? Looks like a proper brown ale. Let's get me snouting, see what the aroma's telling us. Oh, that smells really good. There is a slightly caramelly, nutty aroma to it. Very good use of the malt. Getting a slight hoppiness on the aroma too. It does have a slight sort of West Coast hoppy. You can tell American hops have gone into it. But yeah, certainly sort of peanuts, caramel. Tiniest bit of toffee. Yeah, it smells really inviting. Let's get stuck in. Cheers. It's hoppy. It's hoppier than I thought it was going to be. It does mention the fact it's got Australian and American hops on it on the cans. They're not trying to hide it. But I felt maybe the malt bill to this beer might be a little bit more prominent. But it's the hops that take over on this particular one. Doesn't mean to say that it's overpowering though. There is a nice balance to it. It's got a lovely mouthfeel. It's light without being thin. Carbonation is very gentle. There's a lovely, slightly piney bitterness that comes in towards the back. Before that, I must say this is crazy drinkable. Before that, there's a subtle caramelly malt sweetness to it. And a roasted malt flavour, colour roasted peanuts. A little bit of a coffeeness to it as well. Look, it's like a subtle sort of milky coffee bitterness to it. Just as those hops come in, that roasted malt, that nuttiness kind of more sort of molds into a coffee flavour. I was going to say chocolate, but it's not quite chocolate. It's not quite cocoa. Oh, that's lovely. It's really drinkable. Is it 5.6? 5.6, I tell you. You could certainly drink a few of those and wonder how you got tipsy so quick. It's ridiculously drinkable. It's got a lovely, like I say, it is light, but it's not thin. It does coat the palate somewhat without being like a big sticky stout or anything like that. Very drinkable. And like I say, as you're sort of acclimatising yourself to the body, the feel of it, that's when you get that roasted malt and that nutty flavour. There, right on the tip of your tongue. Slight roasted malt, slight caramel toffee sweetness, and then back of your palate, all over your tongue. It's a lovely, slightly sort of prickly, piney bitterness, which gives it a lovely finish, which isn't always something you get from brown ales. Brown ales can be, at least I find, can be that you get that nuttiness, that sort of slight coffeeness. You get that sort of malty sweetness. It's more prominent, and it makes it quite drinkable, but they don't always have much of a finish. This one's got a nice balance between the two. I do feel that inclusion of Australian and American hops, the American hops in particular, it gives it, it certainly gives it more of an American West Coast brown ale feel, which is going on the name of the beer, which is what they were looking for. So in that sense, it's a winner. I really like it. I really like it. Like I say, I think brown ales are something that could be quite prominent in beer shops this year. At least I certainly hope so. They're very drinkable. This is the sort of beer I could drink in the summer months. You know, I think brown ales, a lot of people might sort of see these as a more traditional winter beer, maybe slightly autumnal. I could certainly see myself drinking a cold one of these in the middle of summer. It's got that malty sweetness and that nice sort of piney, hoppy kick. It makes it refreshing from start to finish. I love the body. I love the balance of the flavour. It tastes very clean. It's very nicely made. I like that. It's a good beer. And I think I'm right in saying it's the first Elusive beer I've actually reviewed on the channel. And they're a brewery that I really do need to be buying more of their beers, because I've heard nothing but good things about them. So you can expect to see a few more Elusive Brewing beers on this channel. So Mechanism, their American brown ale. I think that's delicious. I think that's a lovely beer. Very, very drinkable. Very nicely balanced. Slightly complex brown ale. I like it enough to give it an 8 out of 10. Very nice. It's an 8 out of 10. Once more, Elusive Brewing, Mechanism, American brown ale, 8 out of 10 for me. I hope you've enjoyed this review. Give it a thumbs up if you have. Till my next one, you take care.